how to take a photo like this and turn it into a pyrotype, turn it into something you can engrave into wood using Carbide Create and the Shapeoko. So this is the photo I'm starting with, and I just want the shoes. So first I remove the background, and then I increase the contrast and I painted in by hand a little bit of the shading to bring out these shapes, because we're working with a very low resolution environment. So you start out here in design, and I already drew a box. So my piece of wood is 7.5 by 5.5, and then I go into model, and you have to have a box selected, and you click on this icon of these many little dots, and I'm going to go to that same image we just looked at. So I load the image, and you can see the shadow of it there, and I'm going to start with just the default angle. I'm going to make it 1/8 of an inch, and my the other thing I want to do is adjust the base height. So my piece of wood is 1.5 inches thick, and I want to so then I got to go 1.375, because 1.375 is the base and 0.125 is the height, and that equals 1.5 inches. So I start by showing 3D, and I have to click apply, and then I show 3D, and I can see that it's looking pretty good, and I can zoom in here and I can look at their bottom. Now, one thing that I find is a weird quirk is that if you have an area that's all black, then it will tend to sink through to the bottom, and you could actually get these kind of holes. But I often go through the photo and make sure there's not 100% black, because there's some kind of bug in the software that shows 100% black going all the way through. But if it doesn't appear in the last stage, then it doesn't matter. So we click done here, and then I'm going to go to toolpaths, and so usually you want to do a roughing toolpath and a so I'm gonna I have this selected, so either one of those is fine. So for my roughing toolpath, let's just so I usually use a 1/16 for the roughing and a 32nd. So let's see, let me go to my tools here. Oh, I don't have my tools loaded here. So let's just go to softwood and an end mill. I'm going to say a 16th end mill. And you can see that the 16th end mill doesn't have that much work to do here for a rough. But let's click OK, and the key thing here is to show simulation. So, and I want to make sure that it's not simulating that it's going all the way through. And now I'm going to do I'm going to select that whole layer. I'm going to do the finishing toolpath. So I did a 16th, and now I'm going to do a 32nd. And I'm going to do a ball mill because I want soft edges. Okay, now it's going to take, okay, now this says 77 minutes. So again, I want to do the simulation and make sure that it's not going through all the way. And yeah, you can see, we can slow down the simulation, and you can see that it is carving out the whole shape. And you can turn off all these different pieces of it. And this part is a nice simulation of sort of what the experience is. So this is the, you can see it's doing the fine work here, and I can zoom in on it a little bit. And when I usually do these, it takes 1 to 2 hours to do a rough and 2 to 5 hours to do the finish, just depending how detailed it is. All right, that's it. This is what it looks like when it's out of the cutter, and this is what it looks like when it's burned and been turned into charcoal.